I, Jim Rohn, want to talk to you about something that kept me awake for countless nights during my 30s. I had achieved what I thought was success: a decent income, a nice house, a growing reputation. Yet I felt emptier than when I had nothing. Have you ever experienced that haunting feeling where you're busy all day long, checking off tasks, meeting deadlines, earning money, but when you lay your head on the pillow at night, you feel like you're slowly dying inside? I remember driving home from work one evening and suddenly I couldn't remember why I was doing any of it. Not just the job, but everything. I was climbing a ladder with remarkable efficiency, but I had never stopped to check if it was leaning against the right wall. The truth is, I was living someone else's definition of success, chasing someone else's dreams, building someone else's vision while my own soul was starving for meaning. You see, most people die at 25 but aren't buried until they're 75 because they never discovered why they're here. They wake up, go through the motions, collect their paycheck, watch their shows, go to sleep, and repeat this empty cycle until one day they realize they've spent their entire life as an extra in someone else's movie. The saddest conversation I have is with successful people who tell me they have everything they thought they wanted, but nothing they actually needed. They climbed the mountain only to discover they climbed the wrong one. Before we continue, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications, because here we share ideas that can transform your life every single day. Give this video a like if it's already making you think, and tell me in the comments which part of this message resonates most with you. Your voice matters, and together, we can grow with more clarity and purpose. Let me share with you the revelation that changed everything for me. Purpose isn't something you find like a lost wallet or stumble upon like a pot of gold. Purpose is something you uncover within yourself, something that's been there all along, waiting to be acknowledged and acted upon. I discovered that living without purpose isn't actually living. It's merely existing, and there's a profound difference between the two. A person without purpose is like a ship without a rudder, drifting wherever the current takes them, never reaching any meaningful destination. But here's what most people don't understand. Your purpose isn't some mystical calling that requires a vision from heaven. It's found in the intersection of what you're good at, what the world needs, and what makes you come alive. I learned that every person is born with a unique combination of talents, perspectives, and experiences that equip them to make a contribution that no one else can make. Think about this carefully. There are things you can see that others miss, problems you notice that others ignore, solutions you envision that others can't imagine. This isn't by accident, it's by design. When I stopped asking, "What can I get?" and started asking, "What can I give?" my entire life transformed. When I stopped focusing on success and started focusing on significance, everything fell into place. The money followed, the relationships deepened, the satisfaction soared. Purpose isn't about you. It's about what you can do for others through being yourself, fully and completely. Here's the principle that revolutionized my understanding of human existence. Your purpose is to grow into the fullest expression of who you are, and use that growth to contribute to others in a way that only you can. This is what I call the law of unique contribution. Every single person has something to offer that the world desperately needs, but most people die with their music still in them because they never understood this fundamental truth. Your purpose isn't to be like someone else, no matter how successful they are. Your purpose is to be yourself so completely, so authentically, so powerfully that your very existence makes a difference. When I grasped this concept, I stopped trying to be a second-rate version of someone else and started becoming a first-rate version of myself. I realized that my struggles weren't obstacles to my purpose, they were preparation for it. My failures weren't detours, they were education. My pain wasn't punishment, it was development. Everything I had experienced was equipping me to serve others in a way that someone who hadn't walked my path never could. The businessman who went bankrupt can help others avoid financial ruin. The mother who lost a child can comfort others in unimaginable grief. The addict who recovered can guide others to freedom. Your mess becomes your message. Your test becomes your testimony. Your trial becomes your triumph. But only when you understand that your purpose is to transform your experience into service. Let me show you how living with purpose transforms every single area of your existence. In your work, purpose changes everything from a job to a calling. I discovered that when you work with purpose, Monday morning becomes as exciting as Friday afternoon. You stop watching the clock because you're watching your impact. You stop negotiating for minimal effort because you're motivated by maximum contribution. The person with purpose doesn't ask, "How little can I do?" but "How much value can I create?" In your relationships, purpose becomes the foundation of genuine connection. When you know why you're here, you attract others who resonate with that why. Your relationships stop being about what you can get and start being about what you can give. You stop using people and start serving them. Your marriage transforms from two people trying to get their needs met to two people helping each other fulfill their purpose. In your finances, purpose provides clarity. Money stops being the goal and becomes the tool. You earn not to accumulate, but to contribute. You save not from fear, but from wisdom. You invest not just for returns, but for impact. The person with purpose doesn't ask, "How much can I make?" but "How much can I make possible?" In your health, purpose provides motivation that willpower never could. You take care of your body not from vanity, but from responsibility. You understand that you can't fulfill your purpose from a hospital bed. You eat well, exercise, and rest not as ends in themselves, but as means to serve your purpose fully. Now let me paint you two pictures that will crystallize this truth forever. Person A lives with purpose. They wake up energized because they know why they're waking up. They face challenges with courage because they know why the challenges matter. They persist through failure because their why is bigger than their why not. Person B lives without purpose. They wake up tired regardless of how much they slept, because rest without purpose is merely unconsciousness. They avoid challenges because they have no reason to face them. They quit at the first sign of difficulty because they have no compelling reason to continue. Person A sees their job as a platform for their purpose. They excel not because they have to, but because their purpose demands excellence. They get promoted not because they pursue titles, but because they pursue impact. Person B sees their job as a necessary evil. They do just enough to not get fired. They resent Monday, live for Friday, and spend 40 years in quiet desperation. Person A's relationships are rich with meaning. They attract people who share their values and vision. Their conversations matter, their connections deepen, their influence expands. Person B's relationships are shallow transactions. They attract others who are also drifting. Their conversations are complaints. Their connections are superficial. Their influence is minimal. After 10 years, Person A has built a legacy. They've touched lives, solved problems, created value. They have stories worth telling and a life worth studying. Person B has only aged. They've existed for a decade but haven't lived. They have regrets instead of results, excuses instead of experiences. So I must ask you the question that determines the quality of the rest of your life. Will you continue to drift through existence? Or will you decide to live with purpose? This isn't a question you can postpone. Every day you live without purpose is a day you can never recover. Every moment you spend in meaningless activity is a moment stolen from meaningful contribution. Right now, in this very moment, your purpose is calling you. It's been calling you through your dissatisfaction with superficial success. It's been calling you through your hunger for something more. It's been calling you through that voice inside that says you were made for more than this. But here's what you must understand. Purpose requires courage. It requires you to stop hiding behind busyness and face the real questions. What are you here to do? What difference are you here to make? What legacy are you here to leave? Don't tell me you don't know. You do know. Deep down, beneath the fear, beneath the doubt, beneath the excuses, you know. You've always known. The question isn't whether you know your purpose, it's whether you'll have the courage to live it. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect clarity. Stop waiting for guarantees. Purpose isn't revealed to those who wait. It's revealed to those who act. Start where you are with what you have, doing what you can. Your purpose will become clearer with every step you take toward it. Make the decision now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Now. Decide that from this moment forward, you will stop merely existing and start truly living. Let me give you real evidence that living with purpose changes everything. I knew a teacher who made $40,000 a year, but was richer than executives making 10 times that amount. Why? Because she understood her purpose was to ignite potential in young minds. Every lesson was a mission. Every student was a possibility. Every day was an opportunity to change a life. She didn't teach subjects. She taught students. 30 years later, doctors, entrepreneurs, artists, and leaders credit her with changing their lives. That's living with purpose. I watched a janitor transform a company. His purpose wasn't to clean buildings. It was to create environments where people could do their best work. He learned everyone's name, encouraged the discouraged, celebrated the small wins. When he retired, the CEO attended his farewell party and said, "This man taught us that every role matters when it's filled with purpose." Consider the entrepreneur who failed 5 times before succeeding. What kept him going? Not the dream of wealth, but the purpose of solving a problem that plagued millions. His purpose was bigger than his failures. Today, his innovation helps thousands of people daily. His bank account grew, but more importantly, his significance soared. Look at your own life. When have you felt most alive? I guarantee it wasn't when you were serving yourself, but when you were serving something greater than yourself. That feeling is your purpose trying to get your attention. That energy is your true self emerging. That satisfaction is what you're meant to feel every single day. When you commit to living with purpose, transformation begins immediately. First, your energy explodes because you're no longer forcing yourself to do things. You're being pulled by a vision that excites you. You have energy at the end of the day that you didn't have at the beginning when you were purposeless. Your decisions become easier because you have a filter. Every opportunity, invitation, and option gets measured against your purpose. Does this align with why I'm here? If yes, you proceed with confidence. If no, you decline without guilt. Your productivity soars not because you're doing more, but because you're doing what matters. The person with purpose accomplishes more in a year than the purposeless person accomplishes in a decade, because focused effort beats scattered activity every time. Your influence expands naturally. People are drawn to those who know where they're going. When you live with purpose, you become a leader by default, because most people are desperate for someone to follow who actually knows the way. Your satisfaction deepens beyond what success alone could ever provide. You sleep well knowing you've contributed something meaningful. You wake up excited about contributing more. You stop needing external validation because internal fulfillment is so much more satisfying. But here's the greatest benefit. You become unstoppable. When you have a purpose bigger than your problems, no obstacle can defeat you. When you have a reason bigger than your fears, no challenge can stop you. You become like a river that finds a way over, under, around, or through whatever stands in its path. I, Jim Rohn, am standing before you at this crucial moment in your life to tell you that purpose is not a luxury for the lucky few. It's a necessity for anyone who wants to truly live. The cemetery is full of unfulfilled purposes, unwritten books, unstarted businesses, ungiven gifts. Don't let yours be among them. You weren't born to pay bills and die. You weren't created to simply consume resources and leave. You were designed with intention, crafted with care, equipped with everything you need to make a unique contribution to this world. But that contribution will remain unmade unless you choose to make it. The time for playing small is over. The time for hiding behind fear has passed. The time for postponing your purpose has ended. Your life is not a dress rehearsal. This is the actual performance, and you're on stage right now. What role will you play? Will you be an extra in the background, or will you step forward and play the leading role you were born to play? Here's what I know with absolute certainty. Somewhere, someone needs exactly what you have to offer. Someone is waiting for your book, your business, your invention, your compassion, your leadership, your example. They're waiting for you to step into your purpose so that their life can change. Don't make them wait any longer. 10 years from now, you'll either be celebrating that you finally started living with purpose, or you'll be regretting that you didn't. The choice you make today determines which it will be. Choose purpose. Choose significance over success. Choose contribution over consumption. Choose meaning over money. Choose to become everything you were created to be. Your purpose is calling. Will you answer? The time is now. The person is you. The purpose is yours. Live it. And as we wrap up, remember, this is only one step on your journey. Subscribe now and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next powerful message. If this video inspired you, hit the like button and share in the comments the very first action you'll take starting today. And don't stop here. Watch the next video on this channel, because each lesson connects and will help you keep building the life you truly deserve.